Former President Trump also made a statement about his mugshot taken as part of his Georgia case. Let's take a listen to that.
And you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible. You see black people walking around with my mugshot. You know, they do shirts and they sell them for $19 a piece.
A quick show of hands. Do you believe his comments were in any way racist? Nobody. Okay.
That's establishment media in disbelief that the politically motivated attacks against Donald Trump might be helping him with minority voters. Welcome to Nerk News. I'm Nerkish, and it looks like Trump has proven Democrats and the political hacks and state-run media wrong once again. Because as the election draws near, networks like MSNBC are slowly starting to realize that not only do people not really care about his trials, they actually seem to be helping him, particularly with some minority voters. I wonder if the talking heads that have been screaming for months will issue a correction after all their virtue signaling and pearl clutching.
I'm not so sure, Rev. Help me understand. Why would black Americans relate to Donald Trump there? I don't understand the connection.
Well, first of all, let's be clear. Donald Trump is using the stereotype of blacks being criminals, and therefore we would gravitate towards somebody in a mugshot. He's in a mugshot for trying to interfere with an election.
The question here, let me get you to respond to Biden campaign co-chair and former Congressman Cedric Richmond, who said this about his comments. Donald Trump claiming that black Americans will support him because of his criminal charges is insulting. It's moronic, and it's just plain racist. How do you respond to that charge, that it's just plain racist?
And just being very candid here, it's repugnant and it's divisive. To traffic in racist stereotypes, that's what we have seen. And that affect all Americans, right? You're tearing up all Americans by doing this.
Come November, no matter how many disingenuous voter engagement events he attends, black Americans will show Donald Trump we know exactly who he is. What do you think of the support that he's been getting?
I don't think it's real.
You know, this tactic has always seemed strange to me. I mean, liberals have done nothing but spoon feed us this narrative that the justice system is biased against black people based on their identity, and will manufacture crimes and court cases to keep them down and prevent them from achieving anything. And then suddenly we have this controversial candidate who's despised by elites in the establishment, having case after case thrown at him right after announcing that he's running for president again. It's really not that hard to see a parallel between the two.
All of the coverage, all of the things that we're talking about with this New York hush money trial, how is it impacting them down here?
I just don't believe there's a coincidence that we have a trial happening in Atlanta. We have one happening in New York. So the question people are beginning to ask themselves, like I did, is like, why now?
Talked to many people who formerly identified as a Democrat. They have changed their political persuasion to independent, and they are looking forward to voting for Trump. Wow. Because now they find something in common with a political candidate at that level.
When you say they find commonality, what is that commonality?
They have felt persecuted by the system of American injustice. And it's not a stretch for them to think that Trump may be a victim as well. People see that there's some kind of commonality between himself and maybe all the black men that have been incarcerated and the families that have been impacted by black male incarceration.
Well said, and you don't have to know much about politics or the news to notice that the timing of these cases, the pathetic charges being brought up, and the sheer amount of them all are suspicious. Heck, even the prosecutors and judges are part of the theater and optics created by Democrats. Joy Reid even said it herself. It's poetic that minorities and women are the ones taking Trump down.
Kevin T, I want to bring you in here. Do you feel that comment was in any way off color?
We see a president that has been prosecuted and persecuted. And a lot of people in the community, especially in the black community, who have felt that there's multi-tiers of justice, are seeing that played out in front of their very eyes. And they're saying, yeah, I can relate to this guy. This guy is going through some things that either myself or my family have gone through. And this is a very relatable moment for a lot of people.
You know, he didn't say, if you're not black if you don't vote for me. You know, he was just stating the truth. And that's what sometimes we need to hear. For too long in politics, we've been lied to, and we need to hear the truth and have someone that we can relate to.
Me personally, I don't think that's necessarily relating to blackness, but I do think that a lot of black people have gone through the criminal justice system, and it has been unfair to them. And I think that's what he was saying.
The stuff is as clear as day. Democrats have clearly overplayed their hand here, and the fact that liberals don't see it shows once again how little they think of black voters. But let me know what you think. Will these cases ultimately help or hurt Trump with minorities? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please go to like and subscribe to the channel. This stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!